Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the second of our Bat Reps with guest Bat Repper,
Guess Gobbo.
guest PTG Gobbo. How are you, mate? All right?
I'm very well. Yourself?
Yeah, very good.
It's a bit toasty,
It
but
is.
we're okay.
It is. No, it's very good to have you back. Obviously, you did one with Hyper G earlier on this week.
Yeah,
And of course, if you haven't already, we've seen the summer hobby vid, which was very good.
it was good. Yeah, it's nice to be able to speak to Scabfat and the lads and get some hobby stuff to you again.
Yeah, man. So go and check that out if you haven't already. But here, we are not here for hobbiness. Well, we kind of are because it's all hobby. But we are here for a bat rep with just goblins, no orcs.
Just goblins.
Boo, hiss, go away, orcs.
Especially with the new Goblin and Goblin book coming out soon.
Yes, it's true actually. And against another one of the crowd down your ranks.
One of the Grotto boys. We've got Sam Jolly and his ogres.
Yeah,
which
man.
Lovely little ogres.
Which we will see in a second. But first, we'll go into your list, which is the same as earlier.
Same as last time. So all 4 battle reports that I've done, I've used the same list and trying to get into the habit of keeping at a list and trying to learn it properly.
Sure.
Rather than my normal erratic self of chopping and changing everything every list. So
and you did that for like a set amount of games, didn't you? And this is obviously part of it. Are you looking to do reiterations after every set of games?
So at the moment, I'm looking for a list to take to Cardiff. So is it Carnage? The Welsh. No, it's the Welsh.
Welsh Open / Cardiff Open / Welsh Championships.
Exactly.
It's the official.
So I'm looking for a list that I enjoy playing and can cause some hurt if needed. And so far, I've settled on this, and I'm really enjoying it. And if there might be some slight tweaks, or might be different, like unit, not necessarily units taken, but unit entries and stuff like that.
Sure.
Down a goblin, up a goblin.
Yeah, you might get another
like
300 goblins in it, right?
Not painted before Cardiff. No.
I was gonna say, like, looking at this list, you are a glutton for punishment, my friend.
I am. Yeah.
Because of course, this is all from scratch, right?
This is all a 3D printed army. So every single model's been 3D printed by myself in the grotto, and then assembled, painted, and will be painted, ready for Cardiff in September.
It's a good job. You like painting, son.
Especially goblins.
And looking at it, that is a lot to paint. But looking very good in terms of early stages. Very dynamic.
Got all the movement trays ordered up and sorted. They're all magnetized now as well, which is good.
Yeah.
And started out with the GGI because it's just an awesome model. And goblins.
Is that how you do it? You start with the stuff that you like?
Not necessarily. So I had the GGI built and assembled, and it was ready to go while I was still doing the final assemblies on some of the other models.
Okay, right.
So it was a bit more of I'm doing commissions for 40k at the moment. So it's nice just to do a little palette cleanser.
Sure.
And paint something that I actually want to paint as opposed to something else. And so it's nice to spend a couple of evenings just putting my heart and soul into my centerpiece model, really.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I liken it to like a dinner plate, right?
Yes.
I personally leave the best stuff till last.
Yeah. Normally, dessert first in this case.
Yeah, sure, right. On to Sam's list and Mammoth Hunter, baby.
Yes. So Sam, bless him, he likes for some reason going for no magic, against what we say. But this is a hard hitting list if it can hit you. There's so much coming at me, especially for goblins, because he kills me on 2s basically for everything, apart from the trolls, obviously. But he's got some ambushes in there. He's got some like Tusker cavalry, so fast cavalry coming at me, but all the mammoth hunters. But it's also double rock, which is just terrible.
Double rock, triple kinney, quadruple mammoth hunter, big unit Tusker cavalry. It's a cool list, man.
Oh, it is definitely a cool list, but there's no magic, and that's the only thing.
Yeah.
So
not
we'll
much
see how that
in
plans
terms
out.
of range either, right?
He's got all the like throwing spears and the
Okay,
crossbows, but nothing to cause my blocks scariness from mass shooting.
Sure. And this is his list. Very nice. Very nice.
There he is. Yeah, this was my first proper commission. About 5-6 years ago now.
Great.
For Jolly, bless him. So he traded me all my original Beast Herds army for painting this. So
awesome.
Long time ago now, but it's lovely to see them back on the table again.
Yeah, definitely. No, very cool, very cool. We didn't play Frontline Clash and Hold the Center.
No.
We played Dawn Assault.
And Capture the Flags.
And Capture the Flag. This is all wrong, forget about it. And your Dawn Assault, obviously your bottom left.
Yes.
Just out of shot is
bottom right. Sorry, bottom right.
Oh, bottom right. Okay. Was
yes.
yours, and bottom left was his, right? Where his kin eaters are currently.
Exactly. Which are currently ambushing.
Cool. So tell us what everything is.
So on my side, from left to right, we have a unit of bow gobbos on the bottom left. We then have 4 units of 10 gnashers.
Yeah, man.
The idea of the gnashers, in my opinion, is just to try and overwhelm a flank and just do as much damage before they die.
Sure.
And he'd already put down his Tuskers and his Giant there. So I thought, well, 135 point units of gnashers, if I can take out those on the left, then my goblins don't really have to worry on that side. So behind the gnashers, we have the first unit of the 35 goblins. Unit of trolls. We then have a Gnasher Wrecking Troll, which is the black thing there. The big GGI, and then behind him are the 2 units of 35 with both the wizard and also the king, the goblin king behind him hiding. We've then got another Gnasher Wrecking Troll and then more cave trolls.
Yeah, man.
And then 20 bow goblins again.
It's brutal.
And hiding in the forest is my goblin king on spider.
Sure. He's literally just in the middle behind the tree.
Yes.
Nice. Then he's got Sabertooth, Giant.
Sabertooth, Giant, Tuskers, and then Tribesman behind him. We then have the General on the Rock, another Sabertooth, Scraplings with bows, more Tribesman, another Rock, and then Mammoth Hunter.
Yeah, man.
All the Mammoth Hunters.
Has the Mammoth Hunter vanguarded up, or has he not been put down?
The one on the right has, yeah.
Yeah, cool. And just for people to see, out the shot, this guy.
Yes.
What happened here? Your turn first.
So I went first and started out with the random movements, and straight away, Gnasher Wrecking Squig.
That's awesome.
17.
So good.
Straight towards him, which is nice. I made a bit of a mistake in the deployment. So again, because I'm new to witchcraft, as I was at this point,
sure,
I was a little bit nervous of his ambushers coming in.
Yep.
So his kin eaters coming behind because they would wreck my goblins. So if you see my 35 unit at the bottom there, it's facing towards the right. On the top right-hand corner of that unit is my shaman.
Right, okay.
So most of the witchcraft spells are 18 to 24 inches for range. Yeah. So my magic phase is basically a dud, which is frustrating.
So, I mean, his list has made you change your style, which means it's a good list, right?
Exactly. So he's made me think about the kin eaters. So again, I just know that they can come in and they'll just stay in with the goblins for the entire game, and eventually they'll grind me out.
Yeah,
I just won't be able to hurt him. So I just wasn't happy of him ambushing behind and then just enveloping me.
Yeah, there's a lot of leadership 8 stubborn checks, right?
Exactly, yes.
Well. His turn?
His turn 1. First thing he does is puts a saber tusk onto the wrecker team and kills it. So, oh well, that's 1 down.
Yeah.
Then, unfortunately for Sam, he charged with his giant into the squigs, charged with his tuskers into the squigs, and then his saber went onto the mangler. So it's a very long charge. So the giant was 16 inches away.
Sure.
So he rolled a 7 and failed, unfortunately. And then the tuskers were 16 inches away, rolled an 8 and failed.
Oh.
So double fail on him.
Yeah.
Which, again, I did ask Sam why he thought it was a good idea to charge now. And he just thought, why not?
Absolutely. You're charging army. He's got no magic. Got to get into combat.
Go for it. You got to do it. But the the saber tusk walking into the mangler got 11 wounds.
Yeah. So, overkill. Yeah.
He died.
Shooting that tends to happen.
Shooting was again just completely non-effectual because of range, because of he was firing at things like the mangler, which was a hard target, and just nothing really effectual at the moment. So it's still early doors at the moment of the game. My turn too. Double squigs. So squigs on charge the saber. They run behind the ruin and then go into the giant. So they redirect. The other squigs and then make it into the tuskers as well, which is quite nice. So again, 135 point units. They should be able to do some damage before they die horribly. There's the saber running through the ruins.
Yeah. No DTs though.
No GTs. He was fine.
Good
Bless
man.
him. So to be able to knock out those tuskers with those squigs is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Right. Does he count down on wounds or up?
He counts down, so that's what's left.
Okay.
So there's only 2 wounds left on the tusker.
Brutal.
Just absolutely horrific amount of wounds coming from those squigs. Again, well, they're strength 5 on the strength 5, and there's 15 attacks, which is just horrid.
That's brutal, and they'll be going first, right, as well, like agility 4.
Yes, agility 4, and just I think they're brilliant little suicide darts. Yeah, just really good.
And you did take some wounds, to be fair.
Oh yes, definitely. There's only 2 left, but because of the amount we did, we managed to win combat. But they stuck.
That's impressive. Then did he? It's just his one model killed 8 of you.
Yeah. No, it must have been the same initiative.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, it must have been the same initiative.
But you smashed each other, really. And,
exactly.
Yeah, but you don't care.
So, I don't mind. They're gonna die at some point. And then on the left, the giant manages to. The squigs go in and do 5 wounds, leaving 2 wounds left.
Okay, cool.
Which means the giant then goes berserk and gets rid of all the squigs.
Yeah, right.
But it did the job, although the giant's now clocked up and ready to take on the world.
Yeah.
So, but that's the 2 lines facing off against each other. Again, the trolls have moved up, GGI's moved up, trying to keep that main power core together, and the little Goblin Kings hiding behind the GGI as well.
Yeah, too right.
Keep that bubble going. Sam then decides that he's had enough and he's decided to charge in. So his Mammoth Hunter charges in straight into the trolls. However, his giant fails against the squigs again. His general fails against the trolls again. His Mammoth Hunter fails against the trolls. So he's not having a good day.
They don't want to get in.
They're not looking forward to it. So again, I think a rock on the charge would hurt those trolls.
Yeah, sure.
Because again, my trolls are agility 1, so he'd be going in doing as much damage as possible. But yeah, poor Sam, he failed everything apart from the 1 Mammoth Hunter going in.
Yeah, sure.
So,
but he does have reinforcements.
Yeah, so the King Eaters come on the sides of the boards. The way I deployed, he couldn't safely bring them on behind me, just because he would be charged immediately by either my Spider King or the Goblin units. So he decides to go on the left-hand side and then on the right-hand side as well, just to try and keep me honest.
Yep.
But they could ruin my day.
Yeah, sure.
And then these are the failed charges moved up. And then he manages to finalize and kill off the remaining squigs with the Tusker.
Yeah, makes sense.
So he's just cleaning up the back lines.
Yeah.
And then, he doesn't manage to wound the trolls. Their armor save, and because they're cave trolls, their regeneration as well. They're so good. So good.
Are they distracting ones?
No.
Oh, no, because they've got armor. Right.
Yeah, so they're the armor 4 and with the regen. With the Aegis. No, what's it called? Fortitude save.
Fortitude, yeah.
And they just hit like a ton. Then my turn. The next unit of squigs goes into the giant and finishes him off. Yeah. So again, squig darts. Let's see if we can get 8 units.
How much are they? Like those
135 points.
134 points each. Only you got 4 of them. And they so much. Man, it's so good.
Yeah. Well, if all of them get in, there's 60 strength 5 attacks.
Yeah.
For 600 points. Not even that.
Yeah.
It's just abysmal.
Wow.
I charge his lord, and I believe he fleed. Let's double check that.
I flee. He's got 2 wounds on him. Could that possibly?
Big problem. No, I did get into him.
Yeah.
And again, he then lost and ran.
Ran away, and you didn't catch him.
No, I didn't pursue him. I didn't want to.
Okay.
I didn't want to break up that line that I built. I was just happy for him to keep either running away and going off the board, or rallying and then coming at me one at a time.
Yeah.
And just gradually moving the units forward. And then because of that, his scraplings then fled.
Oh, goodness. Get out of there, guys.
So they're not having much fun either. My GGI went into the flank of his mammoth hunter and sat on him.
Yeah.
And then just overran because that Kinney's just coming that way towards the goblins.
Sure.
And that's the end of that turn there. So we're all over him already, bless him.
Yeah.
The Nashers have broken through and done their job, getting rid of any threat on that flank, with then the trolls holding the centre, and the GGI and the spider looking at the Kin Eater on the right.
So remind us at this point, what's the objective?
Capture the flags.
Capture the flag. So you're going after his.
So his tribesmen and his scraplings.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and he's still got a Tusker cab.
I don't think they're scoring. I don't think they're scoring.
Surely they are.
I don't think they are. I will double check that.
I'd be proper surprised if they're not. They should be, because they don't fly on nothing.
It might be a different result if it is.
Oh God.
I haven't got the Ogre book. It's fine. I'll have a look in a minute.
Sure. But yeah. So you're going after that, and he's your trolls obviously aren't scoring.
Trolls aren't scoring, so it's just my 5 units.
Yeah.
So 3 35 point and the 2 gobbos.
Which are very much away from his.
Oh, they're hiding.
Yeah.
I don't want them anywhere near him.
Sure.
So his turn, here's Rock. This is the non-character Rock goes into the side of the trolls. He then tries to chaff my GGI with the Mammoth Hunter. And then he brings the single Tusker into the Nashers. So yeah, that's going to be tasty.
And he's brought a Kin Eater on at the back.
Yes, another Kin Eater on at the back. So that's all 3 on the board now.
Sure, yeah. Presumably that's for the Nashers running wild in his rear.
Yes, I was hoping to turn the Nashers and go into either the side of the tribesmen or into the scraplings.
Yeah.
So he's now thinking conservatively, actually, I'm coming for the secondary, so let's try and slow him down.
Sure.
So he's put the Saber Tusk in front of me, he's put the Kin Eater in front of me. So the Nashers are going to be held up for another 2-3 turns at least.
Yeah. His Kin Eater comes up.
Kin Eater on the sides coming across. He's going to try and either slow down more Nasher reinforcements or just try and get into the goblins. So he manages to kill 2 trolls, which is good effort for him. Yeah. However, I do all but 2 wounds to him, and I managed to stick.
Did you vomit, or was it just your usual attacks?
Just my attacks. Yeah, it was 6 attacks straight back into him.
Sure.
And then I turned to face because I knew I was coming into him next.
Yeah.
Then the GGI and the spider make it into the Kin Eater.
Yep.
Which is surprisingly very resilient. The Kin Eaters. I was really impressed by them. Trolls make it into the flank.
Nice. So I mean, with the trolls, they're you've got leash back in from the GGI, right?
From the Goblin King.
Oh, from the Goblin King.
So the Goblin King that hides behind them, and then you got the BSB is the GGI.
Yeah, sure. So so the leadership, but the re-roll is 18 inches from GGI, isn't it?
Yes. So I don't have re-roll at the moment, which if I lost would be scary.
But you're there and your trolls.
The Goblin King's within range, so he's trying to move up without getting too close to those mammoth hunters.
Yeah. And he's trying to keep his bubble. 8?
9. It's Goblin.
He is 9. Okay, cool.
With the Orc and Goblin book, if you don't have any orcs in your army, you get +1 discipline.
Okay, cool. That's quite cool. No, I like that a lot.
I like it.
Yeah.
And Telepod, he failed his charge with the Tusker last turn. And so my Nashers go into his Tusker now.
Sure.
And then I've turned the other Nashers round to try and eat Saber Tusks.
So depending on whether it's scoring or not, he could have done with getting that Tusker out of there.
Yeah, out of dodge.
Yeah.
I don't think they are, which is but
if they're not, fair enough. So this is an overview. You've just sort of moved up a little bit.
Well, now all his King Eaters are on the board, so I'm happy to start moving my box forwards just to try and support and try and take some wounds off here and there with Goblin bows, but they're not going to hit anything, or even if they do hit anything, they probably won't wound it. So, they're more there for scoring and looking pretty.
I like how optimistic you are with your 500 infantry.
But it's bang on.
Just there for show, guys.
Well, it's bang on core allowance. So.
Is it? That's cool.
So Nashers do a number on the remaining Tusker.
Yeah, man.
Poor fellow. And then the trolls go to town and absolutely tear him apart.
This isn't the general one, though. This is the...
No, the general's behind.
Yeah.
But this is the other Rock. But it's still...
I mean, it's a lot of attacks, isn't it?
24 a unit at strength 5. So they're tasty.
Yeah, that's a lot. And no overruns?
I don't pursue because, I want to try and maintain my units together. The squigs on the left, they managed to go to the side of the tribesmen in there rather than...
Did the tribesmen panic? Yeah.
I think they may have. 1 second.
Because they're not in a good position otherwise.
The tribesmen panicked, yeah.
Oh, no. Poor Sam.
Yeah, poor Sam. He honest to God, he is the most unlucky person I've ever met. The tribesmen panicked.
Sure. But he seems to have rallied his scraplings, so
he rallied the scraplings and is hiding them behind the hill.
Every time.
But yeah, bless him. And he then tries to go for the trolls, the ones with less amount of attacks. So that's his general and 2 wounds going into them.
Sure.
So this is almost like a Hail Mary sort of thing.
Yeah.
He's got to get some points from somewhere. And he brings his King Eater up behind the Nashers. On the left-hand side.
Yep.
And he tries to then chaff the Nashers on the top with the Sabertooth. So this is turn 4 now.
Yeah, sure.
So if I then charge his Sabertusk in my turn 5, kill it, go off the board, I'm then back on again for turn 6. There's not much I can do. So he's now taking them out of the game.
Yep.
Which is good. His other King Eaters come up to support and chaff in a minute as well. But he's then thrown Mammoth Hunter into the flank of the trolls on the right. So he's trying to
let's get some points, baby,
and stop my trolls because they are coming for him.
Yeah.
So poor trolls. They did really well, but I just didn't kill him. Basically,
I just did 1 each.
Yeah. But yeah.
However,
the big general goes down.
Oh man, he did some wounds. He did like
it
4
did.
wounds.
This was at the same initiative step, and then another troll goes down as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just to take out a model that big.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
It's just so many attacks from these units, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm so resilient. So yes, he's getting rid of my armor, but I've still got those fortitude saves, which he has got no...
Half of all your wounds, right?
Yeah.
Average. There's some more die stomp or something, was it?
No, it was the same initiative step.
Oh, right,
so I'd already killed him effectively because it was my turn.
Sure.
Oh, his turn. No. Yeah, whichever way. It's the same initiative step. So he killed number of wounds. I took mine. I just didn't take them off before I took them.
Fair enough. King Eater dies.
Finally got the King Eater. The GGI, although he's a big, wonderful dude, he doesn't do much damage.
No. He's Res 8 though, isn't he? That's right.
He's Res 8. Yeah, he's an absolute beast. But then the spider as well manages to finish him off, which is nice.
Yeah.
We then kill the other Mammoth Hunter, so he's now bleeding points quite quickly.
Oh.
So all his damage output is dying very, very quickly now. And then the Nashers run off the board after taking off the Sabertusk.
Yep.
So that is the comeuppance. So my turn now. I turn and start running as fast as I can towards his core units.
Presumably, he didn't rally his tribesmen on the list.
He didn't.
Oh,
he didn't because his general's dead.
Yeah,
so he couldn't rally them. However, they need to not rally again, and then I'll get the secondary.
Sure. Well, I mean, yeah. So you just need to get something, right?
Yeah. So the problem I have with that hill is that I cannot see his scraplings.
I'll go back. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So I'm trying to get. So if I can even charge them with a GGI, that's terror, and there's no general around, so they'll terror off.
Yeah.
But I cannot get to a point where I can see them to charge them.
Sure.
And so Sam does really well hiding them, which is good. So the goblins move up just to try and support. He then just tries to chaff me with anything and everything.
Yeah.
Trying to slow down the trolls.
The reason he's moved his scraplings up is because your trolls are now facing backwards towards where the mammoth hunter was, right?
Exactly, yes. Yeah. So, yeah.
Has he rallied and moved? Or presumably he hasn't rallied?
The tribesmen still haven't rallied.
Turn 5, so we've got one more turn, right?
He's got one more chance.
Ooh.
So the tribesmen on the back row there, on the left-hand side, they're fine.
Yes.
He's just not moving them anywhere near me.
Yeah.
So they just stood there watching. The scraplings, he's now hidden behind the hill. And yeah, the Nashers are there coming up as quick as they can.
Sure.
But
in your turn,
GGI and the Goblins managed to take the last Mammoth Hunter.
Mate.
Got the Goblins in as well. And then when I come on, the tribesmen rally.
Right, okay, so they and you went first, didn't you? So that was your turn.
Yeah.
His last turn, they rallied.
His last turn, they rallied.
Not to run through the Nashers.
Exactly. So I put the Nashers back there in the hope that he doesn't rally and just bounces off the table.
Right.
But he manages to rally on the last dice roll.
Yeah.
And that's as far forward as I can get my spider, as far forward as I get the GGI towards his scoring points.
So you needed a 7th turn.
7th turn, and it would have been a little bit more saucy, but
so it's just showing that.
Final shots.
And yeah.
And there is the end.
Oh, mate. Well.
poor
Sam. Those trolls, man, they are brutal. Brutal as you like.
They're a good solid center. So again, they're 560 point unit.
Yeah.
But because I have two of them,
over it wasn't like the 700, 800 mark, is it?
No, exactly.
At all.
But for that, you get 24 strength 5 attacks. You get the option to vomit on them if you want to. Yeah. The only comeuppance is stupidity, but because I kept in the bubble, I was fine leadership 9.
9 rerollable most times. So you get the odd game where it goes a bit silly, but
exactly. But overall, I love them. I think they're easily the man of the match.
They are fun as well. Trolls are fun, like with the
definitely
like the vomit and stuff like that. And as you say, like they're probably the most random unit, right? If you don't have the leadership as well. So
exactly. So again, it's just the learning curve from me going from things like KOE, which is already high leadership. You then go to something like Goblins, which traditionally you normally think actually they're not going to be high leadership. But just my play style of keeping everything together, keeping all the units that are going to be squishy away from the enemy. It's really good, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
No, it looked like a really fun game, to be fair, and a quality list from Sam. I do like seeing out the box lists.
Definitely
played. I guess from your point of view, is just getting that witchcraft up. What would you have done differently if witchcraft had been right up there?
So a lot of the random movement, a lot of the other spells that can just turn things in my way a bit more. But he just, I think this was a bad matchup for Sam.
Sure.
He didn't have an answer for the trolls, and there's just so many trolls. Again, the Nashers, they were just so cheap for what they did. Taking off his Tusker unit, taking off his giant, because those would have wrecked Goblins.
It needs a Firebelly in, right?
He needs Firebelly, yeah. If Pyro would have just annihilated me.
Yeah.
But yeah, props to him. He kept fighting. He kept trying to hide his scoring units, just kept all the way to the end of turn 6. So, and it's always fun playing Sam. He is the unluckiest human I've ever met, but he's brilliant.
And all his play got a drawn objective, right?
He did, yeah. He stopped me from winning an objective.
Pretty rough game for him. So which men? It was a 16-4.
16-4 for the Goblins, which is a great result.
Yeah, very nice. So two good games for you so far.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 2 more games coming up from your point of view.
Yes.
We don't know when we're going to actually air them.
No.
But what we will say is, guys, I mean, congratulations to you first for what a wonderful generalship.
Yes, thank you. It's starting to sink in, all the stuff I'm learning over the years.
Yeah, man. Well, you had a good tournament out of war. You can get another good one at the Welsh Open.
Yeah.
Flying up there, mate.
See you at Masters, everyone.
Yeah. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching. If you liked this bat rep and the new style and Gobbo's ramblings, right?
Love a good Gobbo ramble.
Yeah. Then let us know in the comments. Give us all your thoughts and things for the battle as well. What Sam could have done better, and don't just say put a mage in.
Mm-hmm.
Hit us up on all the social medias, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And do go and check out Gobbo's hobby summer video. And has even inspired me to get involved in the hobby vids and stuff, which is good.
Loads of good stuff on there.
Yeah, so check us all out. Leave any questions you have for Gobbo in the comments. He'll be sure to look over them. And I guess until next time, my friend.
Until next time.
Excellent. See you later.
Cheers, guys. Stay safe.